Hi everyone, it's Christine. Today I'm coming to you from my cold storage room. So there is a challenge right now. I think it's by Three Rivers Homestead. I can try to link them. I don't know how to do that, but I can try. She's doing a pantry challenge. Normally she does a pantry challenge in the winter, I believe, but she's doing a summer one for everybody that lives in the other half of the world because our seasons are switched, so it gives them a chance to participate as well. However, it got me thinking that I really do need to come down to my pantry and figure out how I'm going to be managing everything that I want to put up this year. So I just got a pressure canner, which is really exciting, which means I really want to pressure can a lot of grab and go meals for lunches, a lot of vegetables, things we would normally freeze, like mixed vegetables for soups, broths we would normally freeze. We're not going to have room in our freezer this year. We need some extra room for our protein in our freezer. So I need to revamp my cold storage room a little bit. Now, I feel like homesteading people show you their cold storage room. And I don't know, I feel like mine's a little bit different. I have some like obscure things like, the Bay drinks. Let me just turn you around. I'll kind of show you. So this is actually a box of chocolates. It's empty, but it's in here because it makes the perfect stand for my quail eggs that I collect and sell. They are fertilized and they just do a lot better. Their hatch rate is higher if you keep them cooler. So they live in the cold storage as long as it's above 4 degrees in the cold storage, which it normally is. But in here you can see I have some weird items like these sugar-free coffee mates that I bought to try. I did not care for them. So I'm just hoping that I can find somebody to pass them along to. If anybody wants them, they're yours. In here, part of my pantry challenge right now is going to be dealing with all of these oil infusions that I made last year. So this one's a chamomile and avocado oil, calendula and grapeseed oil. This is yarrow. So all of these are really great for healing. And what I might do actually is I might mix all 3 of these together with equal parts beeswax and then a little bit of coconut oil. And I might get all of my chapstick made for this year. So this would make a great chapstick. It would also make a great healing stick. I have one little container left of calming balm, which is made with a chamomile infusion oil from last year. If anybody needs this, it's unused. It's great for diaper creams and rashes and cracked garden hands. It'd probably actually be really good too to use on your dog's paws and stuff because it's all natural. Anywho, my pantry challenge, back to it. I really need to organize. I need to figure out what I'm doing. I've got all these jars, so every time I can something, like down here, I can something, and then it has to go directly back onto the shelf where it came from because I'm out of space. This is garlic scapes. Garlic scapes that I pureed and add a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of salt as per the recipe in my fermenting book by Kirsten Shockey. Right now it's fermenting. It has a water bag on here so that no air will get in there. It won't spoil my ferment. It's got the little ball burper lid. I love these lids. They actually come in the package with the big springs. I haven't found a lot of use for the springs, but I do love those lids. They make fermenting super easy and no air gets in there. I've never had them like spoil a batch before on me. There's a ground beef that I can. Anyway, as you can see, I've got some kind of like half empty shelves, a pack of tacos. Actually, we're having leftovers tonight, so I might just pull that pack of tacos out and somebody can have it. Got some cheese wisps here that I bought when I was at Costco a very long time ago that need to be eaten. I like to keep the Quest chips. I did a selection of them in here. I find that that's something that will actually fill up our our boy. And then these are all of our sugar-free, well, low sugar options. We've got some mints in here, Smart Sweets. So if we're having a movie night or the kids want like a pack of gummies, they come and they can grab one of these. Maple syrup, that's coffee. It actually has to go in that bin, but I asked one of the kids to put it away. It really needs a good overhaul. Pasta, that has to go upstairs in the pasta drawer. And then I have all of my dried herbs from last year that I really need to deal with as well. Those are onions. Got some rose petals, and of course you ask the kids to put things away and then they just come and they shove it on the first shelf that they see. Last year I also made gin and vodka pears, so I need to strain all these out and get them put in flip top bottles in the fridge. They're cordials. They're actually really nice to sip on. And over here I've got black-eyed peas that I'm going to be putting into recipes, like pressure canning recipes. So I'm just actually going to leave them as is. But most of the garbanzo beans, the chickpeas, I'm going to be canning, pressure canning. I was going to do that today, but then I got researching and I didn't get to it. I have some diced tomatoes, so I really want to use up a lot of this type of stuff that I plan on putting up ourselves this year. So I have like a random thing of vodka sauce, got some curry that we need to use, some cooking sauces. Those bean spreads are absolutely disgusting. I do not recommend. They're just going to be going to the compost. And we had some soup back here. I'll actually probably donate. We're having a town-wide food drive. That was soup that I bought to be easy for us for the winter. But we had 2 left. Had some kidney beans. This is the one I like to get, the no salt, in case I want to use them in baked goods, because you can actually make a lot of different things with beans in them if you puree them enough. I got some smoked mussels here. I really had to be mindful to pull out. I'm sure Henry and Scott will help me eat those. A little bit of canned salmon that I'll probably take to my dad. Don't even know why we have canned salmon. Nobody here eats it. So just odds and ends that really need to be gone through and eaten up. The mayonnaise has to be gone through and eaten up. It's our last tub. I'm not buying any more bulk mayonnaise. We've been making our own mayonnaise. We're actually going to make fermented mayonnaise. So it'll last in the fridge for a really long time. So I will have more of a stable mayonnaise, not to make fresh all the time. We have a few things of canned pears. I'm not worried about getting through those. I just canned them late in the fall last year. A friend of mine went and got some discount pears for us. So I might just move them over. That's a broth that I just canned this winter. It's fine. We're out of applesauce, so I need to make 2 shelves worth of applesauce. We need approximately 60 to 70 liters of applesauce to get us through the year. So that's kind of where I'm at with my cold storage. Over here, we've just got a lot of odds and ends, like sugars and stuff, like icing sugar that we like to have on hand in case the kids want to bake something. But I also have a lot of totes here that used to be filled up with things like seeds and, you're really close to my face, seeds and rice. We're kind of moving away from rice. It's not something I'm going to be keeping in our house in bulk anymore. If we want some, I'll just go out and buy a small package of rice. So we're trying to eat through things like that. Things like, things like in here, like I have my bulk coconut flour and almond flour. I bake with this stuff quite a bit. Chickpea flour was something that I wanted to try. I never really got into it. I don't even know if it is open. So that's something, like I'll probably look up a recipe for chickpea muffins or like a chickpea loaf, and that will take up that entire bag and we'll be done with that. So just kind of be mindful of using up the ingredients that we've naturally gravitated away from in our nutritional journey. This was actually shipped to me by mistake. It's gluten-free all-purpose flour. If anybody needs that, I would like to use it. They're more than welcome to. I don't know when we are ever going to use it. Some oat flour that I made because I have a really good oat flour recipe. These raisins. I'm also going to Costco again. shortly. So those are lentils, just used for soup, and there's some dates back there and chia seeds. That is kamut flour. Yeah, just kind of going through. I'll probably actually go through my cookbooks again. These are the cookbooks I ended up keeping from my last cookbook purge, but they need to be gone through again. These bins have to be sorted. These are all the baking bins. So when the kids come down here, the problem is they've gotten too stacked full of stuff that the kids can't take them off the shelves anymore. So they're not practical. They're not organized. So my pantry challenge is more so just getting in here and getting everything organized, making myself a Costco list. I do no longer have I don't have a Costco membership any longer. I don't need one. We want to move towards so much of our own food that us having a Costco membership isn't necessary. If I'm mindful to shop sales at other stores for things like toilet paper and paper towel. There are staples though that I love from Costco, like their unsweetened vanilla almond milk. So I will stock up on that. It's shelf stable. I'll stock up on that. What else am I going to get there? I'll probably get a bag of almond flour when I go. I'll check out the price of their sugar. Maybe grab a bag of sugar just so I have one on hand. I usually go through a lot of sugar during canning season, but I'm not going to be this year because I have a bulk bucket of honey actually to use up, and I'm going to use honey in all of my jams and with my Pomona's pectin this year. So that's how we're going to be making our jam. Make it a little bit healthier for everybody. I also though need to find some more pantry real estate, because there's just no way that in an organized fashion you're going to be able to get these shelves where you can see all the product we're going to be putting up. So I'll show you what my plan is. So through here, this is our water pump. So we're on a cistern, and our water filtration because we collect rainwater. Under here is just kind of the pit of despair. So it goes under the stairs, which is not practical storage for anything. However, on that other side, there is another door. So I'll show you. So this is the other side of that pantry, and actually the entire back wall here is uninsulated. So this also would work as a cold storage room. I want to get my husband to put up an extra layer of insulation, or even spray foam, maybe. I don't know, the drywall. I don't know how happy he's going to be about that suggestion. We find that the cold room emits too much cold into the rest of the basement. So we have to do something to kind of tweak it. Probably we should put an event into the block, but that's a whole nother project for a whole other day, which we're not doing this year. Anyway, so this is all of our overflow boot storage, overflow winter storage, skates, roller blades, random stuff that needs to go. We are adding on to our mudroom. We are adding on to our mudroom upstairs. So I'm actually going to be getting a column. Well, I'm going to just show you. Come on upstairs with me. Because all of the stuff that you just saw in that room is going to be relocated, and the entire one wall is going to be shelving for canned goods, for dry storage, so that all of our pantry food items can be in one place comfortably and organized and accessible for everybody. We added on, as you can see here, an area to the back of our house. Where's your issue? It used to end here, and you would come in the door. I'm not sure what you're growling at. There's nobody there. You would walk in the door, and you would like fall down the stairs, or the kids would kick their boots down the stairs. So we had this little shelf here, and that was it. And then we had a little boot rack here. And it was always a disaster. It was always disgusting. It was not good. So we added on just a little bit to the back of the house. The dog now has a dog door, cat door. They can come and go as they please. And I think what we're going to do is right here. Oh, it's a beautiful ceiling, curved. Right here, it's going to be floor to ceiling. shelf. It's gonna be about a foot wide, and then it's just gonna have shelves in it. Each shelf should hold about 2 pairs of shoes and boots, so that everybody's boots can be accessible all year long. Also here, we're gonna put a bench to that shelf people can sit on, and underneath the bench will be boot shelves so that you can tuck all of your wetty and muddy shoes and boots underneath those boot shelves. And we're gonna put hooks in this area, and then another shelf up here. I'll probably put baskets up there. And then this shelf will actually become, we're gonna make that bottom section a dog bed because she really likes laying down here, and we have a baby gate here. So when she's wet and muddy and disgusting, we are able to lock her out here, and she still has her dog bed here and a way to get outside. And it won't be an issue for us anymore, having to have her wet and muddy through the whole house. So that's kind of where I hope all of that other stuff is gonna go from downstairs. But as you can see, it's all work in progress. So some of it's gonna have to be moved out for a while until we get this section finished. So with my rainy day today, I'm actually gonna put on venison for dinners, how to make mead, even in an apocalypse, I think it's called, video. Because I want to learn how to make mead. I have some elderberries left from last year in the freezer that my dad picked, and I think a great way to use those up will be to make elderberry juice, and then I'm going to turn them into mead. So that video is about an hour long, so I'm going to put that video on my phone in my cold storage downstairs, and I'm going to go to work organizing everything, taking everything out that we are not going to eat, that we weren't fans of, kind of making a whole shelf that is priority first, use this, eat this, so that we can eat it, and I can start replacing it with stuff that we make ourselves. So that's how we're doing our pantry challenge this summer. It will be in between the raindrops and in between all the other projects that we have going on. But yeah, there's never a dull moment over here. All right, I definitely will update you guys on what it all looks like when it's finished. Is it ever finished? When we get something a little bit better going on, when my cold storage is sorted through, I'll update you guys and kind of show you what we got going on. All right, like I said, it's gonna be a good summer. If you wanna follow along, like and subscribe. It'll keep you updated on everything that we do. Sorry, kids are just running around, but it'll keep you updated on everything that we do here. And I also plan shortly to include some really cute cow content. My husband and my father just bought 7 beef cattle. So there's not much for us to do with them. They're gonna be on pasture, but we'll make sure that we take you along for that adventure as well. All right, have a great afternoon.